mental health, tinnitus, and sleep apnea. We're just going to push them all in one. That date is April of 2025. And we can talk, there's a million things to talk about, Jason, but I think the main takeaway, there's two takeaways for veterans, at least in my opinion, now that the date has been updated. And I want your thoughts on them. One, someone's tracking this, right? Someone of the all power, all knowing of VA, VA SRDs, the Schedule of Rating Disabilities. They are tracking this. They haven't forgotten. People say it's not going to happen because it's been since 2022. That's false. Okay. Don't listen to that. It is going to happen and someone's paying attention. And the second thing is, although it might not be April 1st of 2025, it could be March, it could be June, July, right? Within that time frame, I would still use April 1st as a planning factor, right? If you are going to either take advantage of the increase, stay away from the increase, like sleep apnea, you'd probably want to stay away from that. I would use April 1st as a planning factor to say, okay, let's use this, placeholder as that date. And so I'm going to kick it over to you, Jason. What are your thoughts now that just last Wednesday and Thursday, it was updated?
I'm on the same page as you, Clay. Look, there's a group of people out there that do say, like, stop, saying that it's not happening. They talked about, that's old news. They talked about it. It never happened. The VA are changing all of the rating schedules. They've changed more than 50% of the rating schedules, and they're continuing forward. This will happen. It's a matter of when, not if. The second piece is the last rating schedule change, I believe, had a 5-year from originating to actually implementation, right? So 5 years. Okay, we're only at 2 and some change. So they could literally kick it another year past that date that's already there, right? So it's not if, it is when, and you need to be prepared. Now, I'm hoping, Clay, that we see the same thing that we saw with the last one, that the VA does push out an announcement, which does nobody any good because nobody reads their announcements except for us. Yeah. But then we turn around and share it with everybody else, right? But they'll give us a 60-day notice on implementation. Don't rely on that, right? Be prepared up front because who knows? You might only get a week. Who knows how the VA is going to work? I don't think that there's any sort of real regulation as far as they have to notify you 60 days ahead of time, and they can do that simply by posting a little post on their website. So it could be 30 days, it could be 10 days, it could be two months. So one, be prepared, know that it is going to happen, just like you said. I'm just basically reiterating at this point. But the fact is that yes, it will be happening. Now, what do you do, right? Mm-hmm. If you have something like sleep apnea, well, now all of a sudden your shoulders can drop a little bit and go, okay, I got a little more time. And to your point, Clay, just because it says April doesn't mean that it's going to be April. It could be February. It could be November. Who knows, right? So I would say that you still need to act with some sense of urgency, especially with sleep apnea. If you're just getting your stuff together, or if you're discharging and you're coming closer to your 6-month window to file that BDD claim, you better be Johnny or Janie on the spot because time is clicking and you want to make sure you get this stuff in. So this is an urgency message, right? For that claim. Mental health, well, you and I are torn a little bit, I think, with exactly how we think it's going to play out. And look, nobody's right until we see what happens anyway. Yeah. The one thing that we were right about, though, Clay, was, and I don't remember what video this was, but I'm pretty sure that we both agreed that this was probably not going to happen this year, that this was probably going to happen after the election. And look, here we are. So just wanted to do that a little bit because there was people saying that absolutely it was for sure going to happen in the summer and watch out and again because of the proposed dates, but with the climate of everything it was so I would think that the big thing here is, for me, and then I want to hear your thoughts, and we'll just talk about the three. So one, if you have sleep apnea and you have the ability to file the claim now, meaning you have your evidence, you're good to go, or you're in the military, you're getting ready to discharge, you're within your window of opportunity with your BDD claim, then file it, right? Work on that and get that done now. That would be sleep apnea advice. For tinnitus, I say the same thing. Don't wait. Right now, tinnitus, I believe, is easier than it's going to be. It's going to be less complicated, potentially. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen later. It's just probably easier now to get a tinnitus claim through. So you might as well just take advantage of that. If you have tinnitus and you've went to the doctor and they said, yep, you have ringing in your ears. Yay. So I would file for that. For the mental health stuff, you have people that are waning, right? Going, this might give us a doorway into a higher rating through mental health once this change goes into effect. And so you kind of have different groups there. So you have the group of I'm already rated and I think I might be able to get into something greater. Well, continue to read through the new proposed rating schedule and start documenting now, right? You don't want to wait till the last minute. Imagine if you had a good solid 9 months worth of evidence built up that are helping you fill those 5 what are they called? 5, not buckets.
Domains.
Thank you. 5 domains. Yeah, I'm rated for that. So anyway, so the 5 domains, right? So start working on documenting that now. There's no reason why you wouldn't. So start doing it now. If you have never filed a mental health claim ever, file it now anyway, would be my suggestion. Don't wait, because this could take 2 years, 3, who knows? Just because they moved the date doesn't mean they're not going to move it again. So file that now and then just be prepared for a future change if it's going to be advantageous for you. That's kind of what I got, Clay. Back to you to see if you can fill some gaps or hammer home any points.